Hey guys, what's up? My name is Jessie from Breugel, and welcome to another training for six-figure coaches, consultants, service providers, and agency owners. In this training, I want to run you through the LinkedIn profile. In this training, you will learn how to turn your LinkedIn profile into the ultimate billboard. This strategy is part of the content system that allows me and my clients to generate more than hundreds of high-ticket leads per month through LinkedIn. I broke down this system in the previous videos. So we talked about content strategy, how to find your ideal client, how to generate or how to create lead generating posts, creating offers, and other videos. So check them out in the description below. With that being said, we're going to dive into this training. So today we'll cover a few things. We will cover the LinkedIn banner, we will cover the headline, the profile picture, the creator mode, activity, and the about section. And of course, we cap off the session with a profile checklist in order for you to make sure you check all the boxes to optimize your LinkedIn profile for the best way possible. In most of our cases, that's lead generation, of course. So ready? Let's go. So like I said, we're going to start with the banner because the banner is our free billboard that sells ourselves and your services. Because have you ever noticed that it takes up more than a quarter of the page, and especially in mobile, which accounts for approximately 57% of usage. So you really want to make sure that you utilize this space well. So a good example here is by my creator friend, Jasmine Alic, one of the top leading creators on LinkedIn, #1 copywriter. So definitely take his word on whatever he does. What he does really good is he makes it personal. He uses high quality images and he uses unique elements. Furthermore, like in this case, like I said, he uses a unique touch. He makes the reader stop and think. He has his personal element, his picture and his color in there, because in case of Jasmine, turquoise is his brand color. He has social proof, which in this case, like he has like the banner of like, hey, I'm fully booked, but I also worked with Digicel, Microsoft, and Marriott Bonvoy. So those are really big names within a certain industry. So that builds, of course, a lot of credibility. And what he does really well, he taps into the #1 desire of his audience. Like, hey, if your words would 100% sell, would you ever stop talking? Because he is into copywriting and into making money with words. So in this case, he makes his audience stop and think, and he hints at the desired outcome. So to recap, the goal of the banner is to turn a profile visitor into a follower and invite them to read the rest of your profile. Because like I said, it takes up most of the space in the beginning of your page. So you want to make sure that you invite the profile visitor into the rest of the story. And that leads me to the second part, headline. Because our headline is your hook. It's your opening line. And it should catch people's attention from the start. Because before people are on, or like before they think, they have to answer the question like, hey, why should I care to follow or interact this person? Because in one impression, a visitor wants to see what you're about. So you want to communicate how you help, who you help, and how. You want to display what problem you solve. You want to optimize your headline for mobile, because like I said, most of the usage is on mobile. Shorter is better, which ties in the last point. And you want, of course, have authority built in your headline. So let me share two great examples. In the first one, you see Dina Kalakovic. She speaks really about, okay, I help you attract and convert clients through power writing, which is clear and obvious to her audience. She adds in authority with like, hey, I'm the number 37 LinkedIn creator in the world and the #1 woman for personal branding. Well, that adds a lot of credibility. And then finally, she has a little bit more of like, okay, I solved your problem in terms of like, hey, we look at your brand, we look at your content, and we look at your copy. And then secondly, the one from Jasmine is a little bit different, but still there's a lot of authority here with like, hey, I write for Fortune 500 companies and I do that strategy. So, whoa, that in combination with his banner, like, okay, these people trust him, so he must be a good fit. He is a professor of copywriting, which again is something personal / authority building. And here it is like, okay, he found an interesting creative way to say that he's a copywriter, but actually what he does is growing brands with words. So to recap here, you want to share the problem you solve. You want to show in your headline who's your brand for and your content for. You want to have a clear display of authority. You want to have a small insight into your process. And again, you want to optimize it for mobile. Because the goal of your headline is to draw people to your profile the moment you comment, because the moment you comment on LinkedIn, people see your profile picture, which I will discuss in a second. But also the first part of your headline. So you want to make sure that the most value is part of the first line of the value of the headline, because it invites people into your profile. And you want to make sure that in the shortest amount of time, you're going to give them a breakdown of who you help and how, because it forces them to click on your profile and be there. Part 3, picture, because the profile picture is the first thing your audience sees. And we don't want to miss this opportunity to impress your audience and show them your best appearance. And it's hard to say, okay, this is the perfect picture, because that's of course different for everyone. But there's a checklist you can think of in terms of what a great profile picture looks like. So you want to make sure that it's all about lighting. You want to have an empty background, so not other people or like a busy background. You want to make sure that it's a recent picture, because one of the last things you want to have happen is that you're on a sales call or a networking call and people don't even recognize you from your current state from your profile picture. So make sure it's up to date. You want to use a high quality camera, and like with all the cell phones and mobiles these days available, I wouldn't think that's big of an issue. Sure, you want to make sure you want to smile because it's your best asset. And what you see happening on LinkedIn is that most people use a color, often their brand color, in their background to stand out from the crowd. Here are 4 great examples. Again, my good friend Jasmine Alec has a really good, clear profile picture. Dina as well. Here we see Laura with her brand colors, definitely sparkles out. And then my other friend Jake is his brand is black and gray, so he also has that in his profile picture. So again, why does a good profile picture work? You want to make sure it's a quality image. You want to make sure you have a clean background. You can have a powerful pose or stance, which you can see here in the example of Dina. And you want to make sure that if you have brand colors, they're represented, because the goal of your profile picture is to showcase a level of professionalism while maintaining authentic and personal. Again, there is not a one size fits all for profile picture, but as long as you keep these things in mind, you will make sure you will have a really good profile picture. Then number 4, this is a really interesting one, because this is what separates, I would say, the good from the great profiles already. And we talk about creator mode here, because creator mode allows us to add 3 important assets to our profile. The topics we create content about, because this helps our audience understand what we talk about. We can add a hyperlink with a custom caption, and we can have a featured section with boards. So the creator mode, I will give you an example in a second. The creator mode gives you the perfect opportunities to invite your audience to the next step. So whether that's joining your newsletter, visit your website, download a freebie or a lead magnet, access your course if you have that, or in most of our cases, book a discovery call. So here are 2 great examples. In this case, we have the example of Jake Ward. He's into the SEO space. So in this case, in the first part of his featured section is, okay, these are all my performing posts, so make sure you can check this out if you're interested. Here we can book a call with him, and here it's more like a long form collaboration. Similar in Laura's case, we can have a one-to-one call with her, or we can download her playbook. Why does this work? With about a featured section, we have the option for every budget. We can have a combination of do-it-yourself stuff, done with you stuff, and done for you stuff. As you can see, this in Lara's case is something I can do it myself, but another, like book a call with her, her involvement is of course needed there. It's a clear display of authority, and in most of our case, you want to make sure that the assets we have here are aligned with our branding colors, or and I would say our profile picture and our banner. And the goal of the creator mode is to invite our audience to take the next step, whatever the step is that you decide for yourself. So make sure you have clear. All right. By now, if you watched 2 or more videos from my channel, I would love to know and see what you think of it. And then if you enjoyed what you see, could you please do me a favor and subscribe to the channel, because this will allow me to grow the channel and put more of this free content in front of experts like you. All right. Thanks so much for doing that in advance, and let's continue. And number 5 is somewhat similar or somewhat related to the optimized profile, because content is part of an optimized profile too. Because having the right content matters a lot, especially if you're constantly speaking about the fears, the problem, the desire, and the results of your ideal clients. I spoke about that in one of the videos I will link below, like more on the content strategy. Because whenever a potential client comes to your profile and they sees that you're constantly pushing out relevant content, they're more likely to follow you, message you, interact you, and take the next step because they see you put in a lot of effort to make sure that your message is shared. But also, if you speak about a lot of the results your clients are getting, then potential other clients are interested in getting the results too. So in our example here from Dina again, like see if a potential client goes to her profile and scrolls a little bit down to the activity page, she sees that she posts almost daily and the content is getting great engagement, but she's always solving a problem. So in this case, which I highlighted here, she just gives a really short and simple post, but it's really valuable because like, hey, before you wrote your headline perhaps like this, like personal trainer, nutritionist, gym enthusiast, and after she's like, hey, this might be a much better headline for you. And a good thing to know is that Dina speaks a lot about like optimizing your LinkedIn profile. So basically what I'm sharing with you guys here today. So if you want to have more inspiration, make sure to follow Dina Kalakovic on LinkedIn in order to get these types of posts on your feed every day. So why does it work to have great content? Well, like I said, it showcases your experience, it invites your audience to connect with you, and of course, it grows your brand. And the goal of activity is what I said before. It shows your ideal client that you're serious about solving their problem. Plus, you're showing them often how you do this. This leads me to the next step, the About section, and this is often referred to as the summary. And whereas most people in the beginning of their LinkedIn journey make the mistake of making the summary all about themselves, you do want to make sure that it's about your audience. And sure, it's the most personal part of your content marketing, but you want to make sure that if in order to have your profile convert, you want to follow the following framework. You want to make sure that the opening line of your About section is memorable. So you always want to see this as a hook from your post. You want to talk about the client's burning pain. You want to amplify that pain, so make them really feel that they're in an uncomfortable situation. You want to paint the ideal future. You want to offer a solution, and you want to like, hey, this is what I expect from you to do next if you want to have the solution that I just gave you. And again, a great example here by Dina. I just dissected her About section. And as you can see, she starts with the opener. She starts with the burning pain. Then she goes into amplifying the pain. She paints the ideal future. She shows like, hey, this is how I can help you. And this is what I expect you to do if you want to have what I just told you. So why does this work? With the About section, we want to speak into pain points and emotions. We want to make it about the audience and not about you. We want to make sure that it's clear for the reader what to do next. But I can understand that this is a little bit complex or complicated at first. So I put a free template in the description below, which allows you to optimize your LinkedIn profile. So make sure to check that one out if you need some work to be done on your LinkedIn About section. And again, the goal of the About section is to show your audience you understand them and what you can do for them, but also you want to make sure that it's clear for them what's the next step is there. And that leads me to the final part, because let's tie it all together. I have compiled this checklist, which allows you to just go over your current profile and see where you currently are lagging. So does your banner make the reader stop and think, or do you even have a banner? Does your featured section shows the next step? Does your content align with the overall brand that you're postponing? Because if your banner says like, hey, I'm speaking about copywriting and all your content is about personal development, there's a disconnect. Of course, you want to make sure that the About section taps into the emotions and moves your reader towards taking action. Does your headline displays the problem you solve for who? And of course, does the profile picture showcase your personality and a level of professionalism, whatever that means for your specific case? With that being said, leads me to the recommended next steps. So make sure to subscribe to the channel to receive notifications about all future LinkedIn content. I will drop a video like this like once or twice a week in order to break down all the secrets and insights around LinkedIn and lead generation through LinkedIn. That's why it's also important for you to check out the free 3-day content conversion challenge linked in the description below, because it gives you 3 templates in order to create lead generating posts for LinkedIn. And of course, the DM game is always interesting on LinkedIn. So make sure to unlock the 18 templates for better DMs, also below in the description. That brings me to the end of the video. Like I said, if you're interested in having me help you with this system or helping with the content strategy for LinkedIn, make sure to send me a message on LinkedIn and we can take it from there. All right, thanks for watching and I see you in the next one. Cheers, bye.